Ito guys, no, ito yata ang pinaka-epic fail sa lahat ng epic fail, no. So, umamin na. Umamin na po si Teacher Stella Kimbo na may blanco. Umamin na. Kailan ba siya umamin na may blanco? Kaya tuloy, ang ginawa ng Maisog sa pangunguna ni Attorney Vic Rodriguez at saka ni Kung Ungab, nag-file na. Kasi umamin na eh. So dahil sa'yo, Teacher Stella, mapupunta sa kalaboso ang mga tropa mo. Ano ay gagawin nila sa'yo? Okay guys, for those people who doesn't know yet, etong si Kong Stella Kimbo, siya po ang pumalit, no, ng chairman on appropriation kay Zaldi. Dito, parang gusto nating malaman, bakit nga ba tinanggal si Zaldi? At ang pinalit nila, itong si Kong Stella. Ang tanga-tanga naman ito ni Kong Stella, bakit niya tinanggap? 'Di ba? Kasi, well, I hope not, no? Pero definitely, madadrag siya dito sa issue ng vice cam na to. Ang nakakatawa dyan, tinakbo-takbuhan niya yung mga reporter, dito lang pala siya mag-ending. Aaminin niya at kukumpirmahin niyang meron ngang blanco sa BICAM report. 'Di ba? Pakinggan natin.
Acting Chairperson Stella Kimbo. Kinumpirma ni House Appropriations Committee Acting Chairperson Stella Kimbo na meron ngang mga blanco sa Bicameral Conference Committee report ng 2025 National Budget.
Okay. Dahil dito sa confirmation ni Kong Stella, ni Teacher Stella, ano naman kaya ang sasabihin nito ni Joel Villanueva at saka ni Win Gatchalian? Ano rin ang sasabihin ni E.S. Bersamin, ni Lolo Lucas? Kasi siya na eh. Isa siya sa pumirma eh. Ano rin sasabihin ni Antivirus? Kasi sabing wala siya nakitang blanco. Ganun ba iba-iba bang version ng BICAM report ang hawak ninyo? Kaya iba-iba ang nagiging sagot ninyo? Or it's just that yung mga nagsasabi gaya nito ni Gatchalian at saka ni Joel Villanueva, kayo mga sir, may problema po ba kayo sa mga mata ninyo? Kakaiba rin naman yung sagot niya ni Win Gatchalian. Ayon kay Senator Win Gatchalian, pinagawa na raw niya sa kanyang team. Eh di magpalit na nga naman kayo ng posisyon. 'Di ba?
But we do acknowledge po that there are blanks na already sa BICAM report na pinirmahan ng BICAM and ni-ratify nila.
Yes. At sinasabi lang naman natin is wala pong problema sa ating 2025 GAA. Legal siya. It is legal. It is fully enforceable. It is valid.
SP12. Bagaman may mga blanco sa BICAM report, iginiit ni Kimbo na tukoy na ang mga nakalaang pondo sa lahat ng items sa 2025 budget bago pumirma ang mga BICAM member.
Umami ka na, nagsinungaling ka pa rin eh. 'Di ba? Bakit kayo pipirma sa isang bagay na hindi kumpleto? I remember when I approached my dean, sabi ko, "Dean, magpapasign po ako." Kasi pare-pareho lang naman yung harap eh. Nung solicitation letter for the bar operations. One thing that I learned about that transaction with him, sabi niya, hindi ako pumipirma ng kahit anong dokumento pag hindi ko nakikita yung buong dokumento. Truly, I understand where he's coming from. No? Kahit medyo matrabaho, but I still did that. No? Dinala ko yung mga first pages. No, kasi pipirma lang naman niya yung dulo eh. Now, nakita natin yung wisdom kung bakit yun yung gusto niya. Dapat bang pumirma ka sa isang blanco? Hindi. Bakit? Because if you sign a document without even looking the entirety of it, you will end up liable to the context of that. Ibig sabihin, if you sign a document, ang understanding ng kahit sino, you fully understand what's on that particular document. So, na-appreciate ko yung dean ko for doing that. Pero itong ginagawa ng mga kongresista, this is total bullshit for all of us. Diba? Because people must agree to everything that is written in there, even before they enclose or attach or sign a document. Diba? It is the same simple logic kung bakit pag ikaw ay nagpapanotaryo, kahit pa simpleng affidavit of loss yan, the lawyer should be in front of you. You are identified as the person who will be signing that particular document. How much more ito? Trilyon halaga ng pera ang meron dyan sa dokumento na yan. Diba? How stupid can you be? Kayong mga pumirma dyan for signing a document na hindi kumpleto.
Batay rin daw sa omnibus motion ng BICAM report, otorisado ang technical staff ng mga komite ng Senado at Kamara para gumawa ng corrections o pagwawasto tulad ng mga typographical error. Nakasaad din sa omnibus motion ng General Appropriations Act ang susundin sakaling may pagkakaiba ito sa BICAM report.
Ayun naman pala eh. Balikan natin to. Sa omnibus motion, if we're going to construe this statement, the technical staff of the House of Committee of Appropriation and the Senate Committee of Finance are authorized to effect corrections. To effect correction, typographical error and printing errors as well as necessary adjustment as the performance indicators. Yung budget, pwede na palang technical staff. Eh bakit pa kayo nagbabaycam? Yun lang ang tanong natin. Kung technical staff na lang pala ang kailangan gumawa niyan, bakit pa kayo nagbabaycam? Anong point ng pagbabaycam ninyo? Yung difference, guys ha, yung difference ng mga budgets na in-illustrate nila kung ungab. Mukha bang typographical error yan sa inyo? Mukha bang grammatical error yan sa inyo? Mukha bang printing errors yan sa inyo? Diba? It was already discussed during this sort of podcast nila kung ungab together with PRRD. Do you define that? Putting figures with a 20 billion? Yun yung ano eh. Okay. I-recall natin. Ano sabi ni Kong Ungab? There's this one part of the BICAM report. Comparing the BICAM report at saka yung sa GAA. Doon lang na-mention yung salitang GAA. Meron difference na 20 billion. Typographical error yun sa inyo? Printing error yan sa inyo? Para technical staff ng House of Committee na Appropriation at saka Senate Committee of Finance ang magko-correct niyan? Ganun kayo ka-stupid? Ganun kayo ka-walang, sabihin na lang natin, mga walang kwenta? Eh kung kaya pala nang mag-dictate ng technical staff, bakit pa kayo nagbabaycam? Eh ang gastos-gastos ng BICAM, siguro naman sa technical staff, nasa isang conference room lang sila eh, kaya na nilang gawin yan. Does that mean na mas magagaling pa yung technical staff ninyo kumpara sa inyo? Na kayo pinapasweldo na malaki ng taong bayan kumpara sa technical staff nyo? Pareho ba kayo ng sinasahod? Hindi naman, di ba? Big tayo.
Pero para kay Davao City 3rd District Representative Isidro Ungab na isa sa mga pumuna sa mga blanco sa BICAM report, hindi may tuturing na typographical error lang ang pag-fill up sa mga blankong halaga. Tanong pa ni Kabataan Party List Representative Raul Manuel na naglabas din ng kopya ng BICAM report. Kung meron na palang mga eksaktong halaga, eh bakit blanco pa rin ang inilagay? Una nang iginiit ni Senate President Chis Escudero at Senate Finance Committee Chairperson Grace Poe na walang naging mali sa proseso sa pagpasa ng 2025 budget. Sinabi na rin ni Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin na walang blanco sa enrolled bill na pinirmahan ng Pangulo.
Ngayon, dun sa BICAM report na na-index, ito, in-state, pinakita to ni Nisa sa kanyang post. Nilagay niya yung mga timestamps doon. Okay? Try kong hanapin. Pakita ko sa'yo dito sa pinost ni Nisa. Sabi dito ni Sas, Stella Kimbo is just shooting herself in the foot. When and where did the filing in the blanks happen? Okay? Lakay natin guys para ma-appreciate nyo. The 2024 bicameral meeting happened in December 11, 2024. May timestamp siya dito from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Ganun kabilis. The BICAM report with blank items were received by Bills and Index Service of the House of Representatives at 4:08 p.m. on December 11, 2024, same day. At 3:30, the Senate started its session, same day at 6:58. Grace Poe introduced the BICAM report to the Senate, see Source Journal of December 11. Grace Poe is part of the BICAM meeting, so when exactly was the filing of the blank happened when the BICAM report with blank items are in the HOR at 4:08? Ano tong multiverse or of madness? Nag-time travel si Poe? At 3 p.m. on Wednesday, December 11, 2024, House session started. So sino nag-fill in the blanks? When and where did it happen? Again, the BICAM report with blank items was received by Bill and Index Services of the House of Representatives at 4:08 of December 11, 2028. So ayan yung source na nilagay niya. Doon sa mga gustong makita to, busisiin, feel free. Go ahead. Okay? So again, sabi nga rito, nasa Index and Services na ng 4:08 at 3:30. At 6 p.m., at before 7, inintroduce ni Grace Poe ang BICAM report. So between the hours of 11:30 to 4 p.m., yung nakalagay, yung nakuhanan, yung nakuha na copy nila Congressman Ungab is galing sa Bills and Index Services na blanco. So between 4:08 at 6:59, ano ang nangyari? 'Di ba? Kasi ang sinasabi nito ni Lolo Lucas, kompleto. Walang problema yung natanggap nilang BICAM report. So between that hours, 4:08 at saka 6:59, anong nangyari? Ilang version ba ng BICAM report ang naisubmit? 'Di ba? Balik tayo rito.
Kinumpirma ni
Anong sabi rito niya? Nag-react si Tito Soto at si dating Senador Ping Lacson. Sinagot niya. Sabi ni Teacher Stella, at this point, at the point of signing of the BICAM members, ay lahat naman ng appropriations or amount have already been decided upon. Lahat ng corrections ng ating technical staff, lahat ay ministerial na lamang. Ibig sabihin, calculator activity na lang po. So lahat po, wala na po silang discretion dahil lahat ay decided na ng BICAM members. Sabi naman ni Tito Soto rito, some of our legislators need to undergo parliamentary rules and procedure workshop. Ministerial correction by technical staff are never allowed in any bill, much more a law. You bring it back to plenary. Ang sabi ni dating Senator Ping Lacson, I fully agree with Sen Soto. We only approve amendments in plenary subject to save time during our period of amendments. Filing blank spaces amounting to billions, even 1 peso in a budget measure is substantial, not ministerial. It requires plenary action, no less. Hindi ko alam kung paano naging summa cum laude ito eh. Summa cum laude ba o anak ni Zuma ito? Meron din magandang sinulat dito si Tio Moreno. Puntahan natin yung kanyang article. Ayon kay Tio Moreno, Stella Kimbo, clueless on the law but not on luxury bags. Editorial by Tio Moreno. Ang sabi niya, Stella Kimbo's claim that the correction made by the bicameral committee's technical staff after the blank spaces seen in the report are purely ministerial is factually incorrect and misleading. Ayon nga rito sa write-up ni Tio, Article 6, Section 26 of the 1987 Constitution establishes requirements for bills passing through Congress. Anong sabi ng Section 26, Paragraph 2? No bill passed by either house shall be a law unless it has passed 3 readings on separate days and printed copies thereof in its final form have been distributed to its member 3 days before its passage, except when the President certifies to the necessity of immediate enactment to meet the public calamity or emergency. So mukha bang may public calamity at saka emergency yan? Upon the last reading of a bill, no amendments thereto shall be allowed, and the vote thereon shall be taken immediately thereafter, and the yeas and nays entered into the journal. This means that any bill, including the GAB, must pass 3 readings in both chambers before it becomes a law. Now, the question is, anong nangyari? Bakit na mekos-mekos ang GAB? Nasunod naman ito, walang problema ayon kay Tio. Now, to reconcile differences between the Houses and Senate versions of a bill, the bicameral committee exists. Therefore, bicameral members exercise discretion in finalizing the budget. There are not mere calculators performing mechanical tasks. Any change, even technical correction after bicameral approval requires plenary review. It cannot be done unilateral by a technical staff. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko, guys. Kung technical staff lang palang ang kailangan nila, so bakit pa natin kailangan ng BICAM? Which is ang BICAM, napakamahal, napakagastos. Sabi nga, gaya nga na nasi-share ko sa inyo eh. Meron ako dating professor, naging tao ni Juan Ponce Enrile. Kaya daw maraming gusto sumama sa BICAM dahil malaki ang budget ng BICAM. In the case of Tolentino versus Secretary of Finance, the Supreme Court ruled that any amendment or revision outside the proper legislative process is unconstitutional. So dito na papasok, kung sakali man nangyari yun, meron ba tayong may impeach na presidente? This implies that allowing technical staff to make ministerial changes without plenary approval would circumvent the constitutionality mandate legislative process, potential undermining the integrity of the bicameral system. Not only that, aabusuhin nila yan. If we let this slide, definitely, they will gonna get used to it, just like yung pag-aano nila ng yung sa MOOE nila. Isip ko ano eh. Diba? Ano ginagawa nila sa MOOE nila ngayon? Diba hindi na sila nagpapa-audit? Certification na lang ang kailangan mo? Why? Because such action can lead to unauthorized alteration of legislative measures, thereby violating constitutional provisions. Unfortunately, hindi nila naiintindihan yan. Now, let's consider the rules of the Senate and House on legislative procedures. Both chambers follow strict parliamentary rules requiring that all correction must be deliberate and approved by the plenary. The question is, even if it's strict, do they follow it? Obviously, the answer to that is no. Kasi if the answer is yes, hindi natin ito pinag-uusapan ngayon. If an error or blank space are found after a bicameral approved, the only legal course of action is to return the bill to the plenary for correction. Technical staff cannot unilaterally fix it. Senator Tito Soto is correct. Some of our legislators need to undergo parliamentary rules and procedure workshops. Ministerial correction by technical staff are never allowed in any bill. You bring it back to the plenary. Do you really think they're going to talk about that in the plenary when most of them nababayaran na ni Tamba? Therefore, Stella Kimbo's statement blatantly contradicts the Constitution, Supreme Court rulings, and legislative rules. Pangatlong tao ka na, Tio, na sumopla kay Teacher Stella. The Bicameral Conference Committee is not a mere rubber stamp. It is a policy-making body with a discretionary power to finalize a national budget. Hindi dapat naghuhugas ng kamay. Take accountability, ayon nga kay Tio. Don't conceal the mistake instead. Stella Kimbo may be clueless about the fundamental legal principle, but she's certainly not ignorant when it comes to determining whether her Birkins or Hermes bags are real and fake. Nice one. Diba? Buti ka pa, Teacher Stella, you can easily tell whether your Birkin or Hermes are fake and real. Pero for you to understand the process of your job, sobrang nakakatanga. Kasi bread and butter mo yan, di ba? Hindi ka naman magkakaroon ng kung ano meron ka ngayon kung hindi sa pagiging kongresista mo. Nag-aral ka sa Universidad ng Pilipinas para magsilbi sa taong bayan. Hindi yung maging instrumento ka ng katiwalian. Diba? Ano ka ngayon? At nang dahil sa'yo, it only proves, gaya nga rin sinabi natin, it only shows and proves na meron ngang naging blanco. May blanco nga. So dahil dyan sa pag-amin mo, baka meron pang ma-impeach. Diba?